But I'd like to start off today's show with talking about Donald Trump. Yeah, let's talk about Donald Trump and the White House festivities that took place today. That were somewhat different than what was typical for this type of a day. The Superbowl champions were supposed to go to the White House, but the invitation was rescinded for various reasons. Instead, they did a celebration of America. That's right, a celebration of America. Washington, look, President Trump spoke for about 4 minutes on Tuesday afternoon. He made no mention of the Eagles. With American flags waving, a United States Marine Band and Army chorus offered as an opening act, Trump started addressing an invited crowd on the White House South Lawn without the Lombardi Trophy in sight. Now, yes, the Eagles were supposed to be there, but apparently, according to White House officials, not enough Eagles planned to show up. So Donald Trump said, hey, screw them all. If everybody's not going to show, you're not going to make me look bad on my watch, I'm just going to cancel the whole thing. So he canceled the whole thing, instead invited friends, or I don't know who he invited. We'll get into that. Hopefully it'll be in the article. They say it was a smattering of Eagles clothing amongst the guests. The Eagles, an Eagles cap there, a jersey there, but that was the only way of knowing that the Eagles were supposed to appear with Trump on Tuesday while the replacement event took place. After the invitation was rescinded because of Trump's unhappiness with a small delegation the Eagles planned to send, the White House turned the 3 p.m. slot on the president's schedule into a celebration of America. What did Trump talk about at this celebration for America that's not supposed to be focused on the Eagles? You guessed it, he talked about saluting the flag. boy, he talked about saluting the flag. Talk about bitter. Just Donald Trump behaving like the ex who broke up with you and now you're doing better. And they just keep bringing you up. You're doing better in your life. You got your life together. You got a decent job or a decent car. You did something. You came up in life. And you went on with your life. You did what they wanted you to do. You broke up. They didn't want you. And now you're building your life. And all they can do, all the disgruntled ex-lover can do is talk about you. That's all they do. Or they DM you and they text you to death. That's what Donald Trump sounds like. So anyway, he talked about it. It's important for you guys to notice that Donald Trump talked about saluting the flag because it didn't make sense. Listen to what Donald Trump says. He says, look, we love our country. We respect our flag. And we always proudly stand for the national anthem. Now, one person in attendance appeared to kneel before fleeing the event. Yeah, he fled. He kneeled and then he got out of there. And according to this article, that one person is more than the amount of Eagles who kneeled during the national anthem during the football season. See, Trump just assumed the Eagles were kneelers. They didn't kneel. No, all of them stood for the flag. Stood and did whatever they were supposed to do according to, NFL procedures. But but Trump didn't care about that because to Trump, all you NFL players look the same. Yeah, man, all of them look the same. Yeah. President Trump has cited the anthem in his initial statement, revoking the Eagles' invitation and made the Tuesday event about the anthem. Although the White House explanation for their about-face had less to do with the anthem on Tuesday. The White House blamed the Eagles during Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders' briefing, offering their version of the story that the Eagles submitted 81 names. Excuse me. 81 names for the visit last week and then changed their plans at the 11th hour. She called it a political stunt by the team. As of the time of this article, The Eagles haven't responded to that statement by Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Now, there are people in the audience, people in attendance who felt different ways about it. They have some statements by people there who some agreed, some disagreed. Here's the thing. You know, this whole kneeling thing, it was never about, I don't want to explain it no more. Like, haven't we gotten to the point where people know it's not about, like the people who were kneeling, it's not about the flag, it's not about the national anthem, it's not about the veterans. It's the time where they can get some focused attention on the issues of police brutality and discrimination that African Americans that we face in this country. We know that by now, right? Like we know that these people who say they don't get it, it's because they don't want to get it. It's just what they do. They're just gaslighting us. They act like they don't know what you're talking about to pretend that you're the one that's crazy when they know exactly what you're talking about. They know exactly what it is. I mean, it reminds me of a post I made earlier on Twitter about a story I'm going to get to later where the story is about race. And I say, look at this story about race, and someone goes, well, look over there. Let's talk about the other stuff. We don't, let's talk about other things that hurt everybody. I'm like, well, the story is about race. I didn't take a story about grasshoppers and make it about race. I didn't take a story about washing your car and make it about race. Look at the suds on the car. Look how the suds are running down the hood. This is the way black people had to run from police. No, it's a story about race, and we talked about race in the tweet because it's about the story. Anyway, the point is, the people who don't understand that these people are kneeling, the few that did kneel, because not a lot of players kneel. Let's keep it real. Wasn't a lot of people, okay? The ones that did kneel, they didn't do it to disrespect veterans. Don't be gaslighted, and don't waste your breath explaining. If there's anyone, and I do mean anybody in the United States who hasn't heard about this story, they were either in a coma or they're totally a shut-in. I mean, I could have said a lot of things there. I don't want to be too I mean, if you haven't heard about the story, you're a dumbass. I mean, come on, guys, come on. People know. They don't care, man. They don't care. So that's what Donald Trump did today, and that's a celebration of America in order to save face. I guess he didn't think enough people would show up.